Alright, if you're working for the same company at the same profile for the last 3 years, you are dumb. That's a statement which is made these days for all the companies, all the people working for the private companies. Fine. So resume is one thing which you should be having with you all the time. Even the company don't ask you to get a resume, a college wherever you're applying for, even if they don't ask for, you should furnish your resume. You should give your resume. आपके पास होना चाहिए और वहाँ पे दिखाओ भी. ठीक है. So in this video we'll talk about what is the right format, the best format in which the resume should be presented to make a strong impression in the interview. This is an old format resume, so where you have your introduction, your address, summary, highlights, experience, education, affiliations, everything. Fine. So it's a complete resume. Everything is same with the new format and old format. But the main problem is too verbose. See, imagine me. I've been a panelist of now almost 30 colleges and companies. So if you give me a resume like this, it's too tedious to read. And I don't have time to read that much verbose thing. Fine. So we have to make a resume which will be very easy for the panelists to understand. Number one is graphically it's very nicely made so that it make him read. Imagine यार तुम्हारे लिए एक इंटरव्यू है, बट फॉर द पैनलिस्ट इट्स द 20th इंटरव्यू फॉर द डे. दिन में 20 इंटरव्यू 10 इंटरव्यू लेने के बाद वो थक जाते हैं. सो दे डोंट हैव टाइम टू रीड. फाइन. सो दिस रिज्यूमे इज नॉट हेल्पिंग अस टू मेक अ मार्क ऑन द पैनलिस्ट. ठीक है. दूसरी बात, आपका इंटरव्यू हो गया, खत्म हो गया, बाहर निकल गए. 2 दिन के बाद 3 दिन के बाद जब उन्होंने रिज्यूमे उठाया, सो दे वोंट रिमेंबर दिस रिज्यूमे एट ऑल. ठीक है. बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट अ वेरी aesthetically looking good looking resume. ठीक है. So this is out. So what is in thing today? Fine. 2 main things which should be included in the resume is education and work experience. If you don't have work experience, you can mention your projects, assignments, whatever you've done in the college days. ठीक है. But I'm adding 3 more things here: skill set, achievements, and introduction. That will complete your resume as if you are talking to me. ठीक है. This is the ideal resume which we have to make. So this is a live example of what a good resume should look like. So the format, everything is so nice, so appealing to eyes, so that the panelists will like you. लगता है कि hard work किया है, मेहनत किया है. ठीक है. So your name, address, everything is on the top. Trust me, it happened to me a lot of time. I met a candidate, बहुत अच्छा लगा, सब ठीक लगा, but resume में उसका address नहीं था. ठीक है. एंड आई वांटेड टू हायर हिम बट आई हैव नो फोन नंबर वे टू कॉन्टैक्ट. तो पहले ऊपर स्टार्टिंग में हमने एड्रेस दे दिया कि भाई चाहिए तो ये ना मेरा एड्रेस. ठीक है. एजुकेशन इज कमिंग दिस साइड, वर्क एक्सपीरियंस इज कमिंग दिस साइड, इंट्रोडक्शन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू इंट्रोड्यूस योर सेल्फ. ठीक है यार. इट्स लाइक अगर 90% टाइम तुम्हारे देने से पहले दे सीधे रिज्यूमे. ठीक है. ऐसा रिज्यूमे देखिएगा तो आई वुड लाइक टू मीट दिस गाय. ट्रस्ट में, अगर मेरे को ऐसा अपने रिज्यूमे भेजा तो मैं पक्का आपको एक बार तो मिलूंगा कि भाई कौन है यार इतना हार्ड वर्क किया जिसने. ठीक है. फोटो इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है. इंटरव्यू खत्म हो गया, लॉट ऑफ टाइम दे डोंट गिव यू जॉब ऑफर इमीडिएटली ड्यूरिंग द इंटरव्यू. बाद में 4-5 कैंडिडेट जो आए थे उनका दे विल रिव्यू एवरीबडी, मीट ऑल 5 पीपल एंड देन डिसाइड लेटर ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द रिज्यूमे इन फ्रंट ऑफ देम. सो अगर आपका फोटो यहाँ पे रहेगा, इट विल डेफिनेटली हेल्प यू टू क्रिएट एन इंप्रेशन. उनको याद रहेगी हाँ यार ये लड़का या ये लड़की आई थी. फाइन. सो वी गॉट अ कॉलम फॉर वर्क एक्सपीरियंस विच वी हैव हेयर. सो वर्क एक्स आ गया, नीचे अचीवमेंट्स आ गया. ठीक है. दिस इज द कॉलम विच आई वॉन्ट यू टू इंक्लूड योर स्किल्स इन फोटोशॉप, MS Office, योर कॉम स्किल्स, एनी काइंड ऑफ अ स्किल सेट यू कैन ऐड हेयर. ठीक है. एंड गिव दैट अ रेटिंग. सो हेयर वी आर गिविंग अ रेटिंग टू योर स्किल. ठीक है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आउट ऑफ 10 यू आर गिविंग योर सेल्फ 8. हाँ. ठीक है. सो जो भी रेटिंग देना है यू कैन गिव योर सेल्फ अ रेटिंग. डोंट गिव अ वेरी लो रेटिंग और अ वेरी हाई रेटिंग. Give like 80%, 90%. That's a very good rating to give to yourself. ठीक है. And your project. So if you don't have work experience, rather than leaving the column blank, I can add projects. Instead of work experience, I can add projects. So if you have done any projects in college days, your black book projects, your internships, mention all these things. So instead of work experience, we can mention your projects. ठीक है. Is a resume which look like this. This is a perfect example of a nice resume which you can make. Alright, now let's look at a couple of things which I'm going to anyway discuss in a separate video. But abhi ke liye we can talk about this. So in your work experience, fine. For example, you worked on big projects. So rather than writing like this, I worked on big projects, you should be giving them the names. Worked on the project for HSBC Bank and Pepsi. Fine, giving the name of the big companies in the resume is very, very important. Even if you have done some courses, mention the name of the company where you've done the courses. For example, I did a course for Microsoft. So write down that Microsoft name, all these things is very important. I participated in an inter-college event. So rather than just participating in the inter-college event, I participated in the event which was organized by Microsoft or Apple or Google. So all these names have to be there on the resume, which creates a very, very good impression. Okay. So all these terms which are very, very generic terms are out. What is in thing today is using the brand name. Even though I've never worked in Pepsi, यार मैंने Pepsi की शक्ल तो मेरे ऑफिस में नहीं देखा, but अगर resume पे आ गया, that will create a very good impression. ठीक है. Another roles and responsibility example, I managed a budget for large scale event. Very generic term, cannot be quantified. Instead of this, I will use a more quantified term. Manage a 10 lakh budget for a large scale event for 1000 students, attended by 1000 students. Okay, this is for the college students, or if you are a fresher with 1 or 2 years of work ex, you can mention that in the resume. Fine. So basically quantify things. All your goals, responsibilities should be quantified as much as possible. Okay. Alright, so I have other videos coming up as well on the resume building, how to build a resume from scratch, important questions for interviews, and how to dress for the interviews. So do subscribe to my videos here so that you get all the updates on your phone and in your laptop. So please press the bell button if you are using the mobile app, and look at the other videos which we have posted here. So thank you very much for watching this Cetking video.